Children, today we are going to discuss the easiest topic in macroeconomics, that is money. You must have heard about a number of things about money. We are using money in a number of ways. In today's class, we will deal with the first part, that is money. In this chapter, we will learn about the meaning and supply of money, currency held by public, and net demand deposits held by commercial banks. Before going to discuss in detail, let's watch this video. By watching this video, you will have a basic information about money.
₹500, 1000 लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहे।
From this video, we came to know about the evolution of money. That is, in the initial form, money was in the form of commodities. And after that, there was metallic money and paper money. After that, we used plastic money and bank money and so on. Now, before money, there was a system which was known as barter system. You must have heard about that system. During that period, people directly exchanged their commodities for other commodities. And this time, during that period, people used to face a lot of problem during exchange. Let's see what kind of problem they face. Here you can see one man is bringing his cow for exchanging some other commodities, and the shopkeeper is astonished and he is refusing to exchange the cow for other commodities, and it is quite impossible to exchange commodities during barter period. Again, you can see how many commodities we need in our day-to-day life. We need a number of things, and from the morning till evening we need thousands of things to be exchanged, and during barter system it became impossible. That's why there was the need of money, and the new invention came into existence, and that is known as money. So let's know what is money. The meaning of money. Money is any object that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services, that is medium of exchange and payment for debts. That means anything can be converted or termed as money. This is a marker, and this can be termed as money if everybody accepts it as money and everybody is interested to exchange their own commodities in the exchange of this marker. Money is any object, any commodity can be termed as money. Two things are important. One is generally accepted, and the other thing is it is used for repayment of debts. If I have taken some loan from someone and I want to pay the loan in future, then that must be paid in terms of money also. Next, as we have already listened about the problems of barter system, there were 4 problems during barter system. One is lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measure of value, lack of standard for deferred payment, future payment, and lack of store and transfer of value. These problems were solved by money, and these are the 4 functions of money. That's why it is told that money is a matter of functions 4: a medium, a measure, a standard, and a store. So it acts a common medium of exchange. First of all, money should be accepted as a medium of exchange. Second, it acts as a measure of value. That means anything can be measured in terms of money. That means this duster costs 100 rupees, this marker costs 20 rupees. Any object in this room can be expressed in terms of money. That's why it is a measure of value. The next function is it acts as a standard for deferred payments. That means it is used for future payment. If somebody is taking loan and he promises to pay in future, then that is known as deferred payment, and it is also made in terms of money. And the last one is it is a store of value. That means money can be easily stored. Suppose I will give you 1 lakh rupees or 1 crore rupees, then it will be easier for you to transport that 1 crore rupees from one place to another. But if I will give you rice or wheat of rupees 1 crore, then one person cannot transport that commodity from one place to another. So it is very easy to store money, and it is also very easy to transfer money. These are the basic functions of money. Now we will discuss another concept, that is supply of money. Supply of money means money supply is the total stock of money in circulation among the public at a particular point of time in a particular economy. Two things are important here. One is total stock. So money supply is a stock concept, and in circulation among public at a particular point of time, money supply is measured at a particular point of time. Now let's watch this video.
Now, unless you have been living under a rock, you know that few months ago, demonetization, aka Notbandi, had taken India by a storm. But you don't have to worry if you don't have any black money. Right? Is you guys need to go to school. Reserve Bank of India manages the currency and advises the government to decide on various denomination, design and security features. And what gives them this power? The RBI Act of 1934. RBI doesn't actually print the notes. It's SPMCIL, Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited, owned by Government of India. Wow! That was a mouthful. There's also Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, a subsidiary of RBI, located at Nasik, Devas, Mysore, Salboni and Hoshanabad. The paper used for printing these notes used to be imported from Japan, Germany and UK. But now these high security banknote papers are designed in India itself. About fucking time. So, following the engraving of security features like multi-tonal 3D watermark, micro-lettering and security threads, optically variable ink, reflection of various colors, etc. And no micro GPS tracking chip reflector, blah 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 are installed. Then, these notes are printed in sheets. Each sheet can accommodate 40 notes of the new 2000 rupees denomination. And then they are safely moved to the vault of 19 RBI offices across the country. Even though these notes have reached their vaults, these notes are still technically paper. For them to be a legal tender, RBI prepares a voucher, which means the currency has to be backed up.
Now let's discuss about the measures used to measure money supply. What are the measures used to measure money supply? Generally, there are 4 measures which are used to measure money supply in India. These measures are used by RBI. Those are M1, M2, M3 and M4. Generally, these 4 measures are used by RBI to measure money supply in India. M1 is the narrow concept and M3 is termed as broad money. And these classifications are made on the basis of liquidity. Let's see. Measures of money supply. RBI publishes figures for 4 alternative measures of money supply. Those are M1, M2, M3, M4. These 4 measures are according to decreasing order of liquidity that I was telling. These measures are on the decreasing order of liquidity. M1 is the most liquid and easiest for transactions, whereas M4 is least liquid for all. So there are 4 measures. These measures are used by RBI to measure money supply in India. Let's know what is M1. M1 is equal to CU plus DD plus OD. CU stands for currency held by public. It consists of coins and notes. All those currencies held by public is termed as C or CU. Similarly, DD stands for net demand deposits held by commercial banks. The word net implies only deposits of the public held by the banks are to be included. That means the interbank deposits, that means one bank is having deposit with other bank, those deposits of commercial banks are not to be regarded as part of money supply. That will not be included in demand deposits. In other deposits are of foreign banks, foreign government and quasi-governmental institutions. Here is a note, CU plus OD, that means this CU plus OD is the high powered money and DD is termed as the bank money. Then comes M2. M2 is M1, that means that we have already discussed in the previous slide about M1, and saving deposits with post office saving banks. Some people deposit money with post office. Those deposits, if these deposits are added with M1, this is known as M2. Next comes M3. This is the broad money. I have already told you. This is calculated by M1 plus net time deposits of commercial banks. And that means all the time deposits, fixed deposits with commercial banks are added with M1 in order to get M3. Similarly, in order to find out M4, we add M3 and total deposits with post office savings organizations. Post office savings banks, all those deposits which are kept in post office savings banks are added to M3 and we get M4. One thing is very important. One thing is not included in this M4, that is excluding national savings certificates. Deposits in national savings certificates, if we purchase NSC from post office, that will not be included in M4. At last, M1 and M2 are known as narrow money. M3 and M4 are known as broad money. M3 is most commonly used measure of money supply. It is also known as aggregate monetary resources. And last, there is another concept, that is M0. It is the base money, the amount of money actually issued by central bank. These are different denominations of coins and notes issued by RBI in India. That's all in today's class. Thank you for joining.